So, you want to get better using twin shotguns and saying die a lot? Well, if that character is Reaper, then you came to the right place. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Overwatch Hero Guide. Today's character I'm going to be talking about is Reaper, some tips, tricks, and strategies for his character, and how to get better at him overall. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys do, please give a thumbs up. I appreciate it, guys. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so like I said, today's character is Reaper. He's an offensive character. And his abilities are his ultimate ability, his Death Blossom, damage all nearby enemies, his Shadow Step, which is teleporting to a targeted location, Wraith Form, move faster and become invulnerable but cannot shoot, his Hellfire twin shotguns, a short range high damage spread weapon, and of course his passive ability, the Reaping, collect soul globes to restore your health. Alright guys, so his abilities, like I said, are the Reaping, collect soul globes to restore your health, his Hellfire shotguns, Reaper tears through enemies with his Reaper tears enemies apart with his twin shotguns. His ability, Wraith Form, becomes a shadow for a short period of time, while in this form he takes no damage and is able to pass through enemies, but cannot fire his weapons or use other abilities at the time. His Shadow Step ability, after marking a destination, Reaper disappears and reappears at that location. His ultimate ability, Death Blossom, in a blur of motion, Reaper empties both Hellfire shotguns at breakneck speed, dealing massive damage to all nearby enemies. His damage breakdown is that his Reaping ability has a 50 health point healing. His Hellfire shotguns have 8 rounds of ammo, 2 rounds per second fire rate, and a 2 per 7 pellet, 20 pellets per shot damage, and it has a 1.5 cooldown timer. His Wraith Form has an 8-second cooldown timer with a 3-second duration. His Shadow Step ability has a 2-second casting duration and a 10-second cooldown timer. His ultimate ability, Death Blossom, has a 600 damage with a 3-second duration time. Reaper is a short-range flanker and one of the most deadliest heroes in the game up close, with even tanks like Reinhardt and Roadhog melting under the power of his Hellfire shotguns. Reaper's relative simplicity makes him a good hero for new players, while still remaining deadly for experienced hands. Despite his power, he is not without his weakness, with his lack of in-combat mobility and medium to long-range damage options being most noticeable. For his Reaping ability, whenever Reaper eliminates an enemy, they spawn a red soul globe near their body, which Reaper can walk on top of and restore 50 health. His Hellfire shotguns, which are Reaper's primary weapons, the primary fire will cause Reaper to alternate shooting his 2 shotguns. These shotguns have a wide spread and deal a high damage at short range, but have high damage fall off past that range. His Wraith Form, when activated, Reaper assumes a gaseous purple form for a short period of time. While in this form, he is invincible and untargetable by any enemy weapons or abilities and ignores enemy collision. He also moves faster for the duration. However, he cannot attack or use any abilities during this time. His Shadow Step, when activated, Reaper will switch to a targeting mode, allowing him to select a point within his line of sight to Shadow Step to. Once he finds a suitable point, he can press the primary fire button to teleport to a target location after a short delay. This is Reaper's main method of flanking. His ultimate ability, Death Blossom, Reaper's ultimate ability when activated, Reaper begins to fire his shotguns in a large AoE around himself, dealing massive damage to all nearby enemies that are within his line of sight for a short period of time. His movement speed is slowed for the duration, and he cannot use normal attacks or abilities. This is a channeled ability, and stuns will immediately end Death Blossom's effect. One of the deadliest ultimates in the game against a stacked enemy team. Look for opportunities where your opponents are clumped up together and where you can silently approach using Death Blossom. Death Blossom's damage is treated in much the same way as Hellfire shotguns, meaning that it will be blocked by barriers and solid surfaces. Remember that heroes like McCree and Roadhog can interrupt your ultimate. Be cautious about using Death Blossom around them if their stuns are still available. Reaper's high damage output makes him a great counter to durable characters like Winston and Roadhog. Consider using Reaper if up against multiple tanks. Reaper is not usually effective at a straightforward assault hero like Pharah or Soldier 76. Instead, use a combination of Shadow Step and a side route to carefully maneuver behind your opponents so that you can ambush them with your Hellfire shotguns. Having good knowledge of each map and learning where Reaper can use his Shadow Step effectively greatly increases his usefulness. So don't be afraid to spend time in a custom game on each map finding out where Shadow Step can take you. Try to focus your gameplay around Wraith Form's cooldown. When Wraith Form is off cooldown, you can afford to play more aggressively, since you have it available to escape if need be. Reaper can still pick up health packs by using Wraith Form. Keep in mind where the health packs are on each map so that you can plan your escape with Wraith form if you start losing a fight. When flanking, look to pick off lone targets rather than charging straight forward into a group, unless Death Blossom is available. While Reaper is more durable than other flankers, his lack of in-combat mobility means that he relies solely on Wraith form to escape. And its short duration means that enemy heroes can follow and kill you easily if you're too far away from your team. When ambushing with Death Blossom, look for ledges or other raised areas that you can leap off of to get in the middle of the enemy team before activating your ultimate. Always use an element of surprise in your favor. When Reaper reloads, his magazine refills upon button press, meaning that you don't have to finish the animation. Tapping the reload button, then immediately activating Wraith form will cancel the animation, but still reload your Hellfire shotguns. This can prove useful in extended fights against tanks such as Roadhog or Winston, who can kill you while you are vulnerable reloading. Good counters to Reaper is that Lucio's ultimate Sound Barrier can be used immediately after hearing Death Blossom to activate to block most of the damage. Roadhog while Reaper can usually use Wraith form to avoid his chain hook combo. A good Roadhog can follow and kill Reaper. McCree, while Wraith form is in use, Reaper will survive a standard flashbang combo. But McCree can easily chase down Reaper and either finish him with a second round at close range or fight him at medium range, where Hellfire shotguns are largely ineffective. Much like Roadhog, flashbang can be used to interrupt Death Blossom. Mei, her ability to become invulnerable, usually frustrates Reaper's attempt to kill her, and Reaper's lack of in-combat mobility to endothermic blast in an extended fight. Zarya, as Reaper relies on chaining kills to keep his health up with a reaping. Projected Barrier can stop Reaper's killing spree dead in its tracks. Her own particle barrier gives her impressive durability when facing Reaper one-on-one. In tomorrow's video, I'm going to be showing you guys tips and tricks and a hero guide for Soldier 76. He's another offensive character. I know you guys are going to like him, so hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys did enjoy this one, please leave a thumbs up. Do not forget to leave without subscribing, guys. I appreciate it. Hope all these tips are helping you guys out be a better Overwatch player overall with these characters. I have a lot more to come, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching again, guys. This is Prodigy. Peace out, guys.